Good day, YouTubers. Welcome to Jesse and Oklahoma Railroad. Uh, Stopped in to show you I got my mail today. And what a honey. This is the DCC Bachman FTA that was missing from the train set that I bought a week or so ago, just to make sure I could get Sean a really good deal on a controller. So yeah, he's going to get the controller and the GT40 Santa Fe, and I'll keep this one, which I'm very pleased with, to go with that one. So I'll have two FTA DCC locomotives, and then I have this FTA, which is just a good old heavy duty Bachman. These guys are monsters. I call them Bachman Plus. I don't know what everybody wants to call them. Heavy duty, man. These guys weigh 100 pounds. They got big old screw holes that holds the shell, onto the chassis. Unlike the old stuff, this old school stuff, if you ever see one of these with traction tires and all that black plastic, uh, run. Run away fast, because those are junk. That's the old Bachman stuff, pancake motor junk. At best, it'll run. Might pull a car or two if you're lucky, till you burn the tires off. Then it won't do nothing. Total junk. But that's those are the old F units, F7 unit, whatever you want to call it. This is the more modern version of that same locomotive. Now this guy, not as heavy. Let me go by. Not as heavy as these, but see those big old screw holes? Not the ones in the fuel tank, but around the outside. That's what holds the shell on. That's what you're looking for, folks, when you're buying Bachman. These guys that have the big old holes. That's the good stuff. And you don't always get to see that, when you're shopping on eBay or Amazon. They may show you a pretty locomotive, and a great price, and you end up with one of those. You don't want that. You don't want that. Anyway, yeah, I'm not a Bachman salesman. I do not represent Bachman. I just like Bachman. Bachman fits my price range, and they make, I feel like it's pretty good quality stuff. They got some better detailed stuff out there, but for the price, I would compare them to anybody. I don't care who it is. I mean, I own Kato, and Athearn, and I would put my Bachman up against them any day. Anyway, Dutch, buddy, have to ask you a question. You mentioned a purple, possibly a roadster, sitting in front of a brown building. Are we talking about that? Let me know. Leave me a comment. You're welcome to that, buddy, but that's not a true 1/8/7 scale. That's one of those micro mini, whatever you call it, old school stuff. I like it because it's cute, and I just poked the nose out there because it's not really 1/8/7 scale. I've got this guy here, this old T-bucket, whatever you want to call it. I guess they call that a roadster, but that's blue, man. Unless I'm colorblind. And then I've got these kind of things like that little Speedster, that Porsche Speedster, Corvette, Cobra. There's another Porsche Speedster in turquoise. We got Vipers. There's an old roadster there from, I guess, from England or somewhere. I think it's a Bentley or something. I don't know. I'm a die-cast collector, but don't ask me what they are. Let me know in the comments, Dutch. if it's one of those two or three that I mentioned, or if it's something that I'm overlooking, because I can't find a purple car anywhere on my layout. Um, I used to have a purple Camaro convertible, but yeah, like that yellow one. But I stripped that sucker. I made Brian's hardtop out of that. I had one of them in purple, and I took it apart and took the interior out of it and the chassis and wheel assemblies and built that little guy hardtop, that one of a kind hardtop. Um, yeah, I can't see. Yeah, there's a black one. I can't see a purple car anywhere. You know, unless it's, well, maybe sometimes photographs and video. You know, my phone may show it to be blue, and your phone may show it to be purple. So unless I'm overlooking it, man, I don't have purple. So get back at me on that one. Um, yeah, I got tracking today on my Seaboard GP, my bad, GP40 that I bought last week. Got tracking on that, so that should be here next week. Um, just giving this guy some break-in laps. His coupler was broke off. I don't know if it was broke before or after or during. It wasn't even in the box, so I had to put a coupler on the back. Luckily, I had one. All right, guys. That's about all I got to tell. I wanted to ask everyone's opinion, if you don't mind leaving me a comment. I think some of y'all may already know the problems I have with my layout. This corner right here, especially, that goes around the lake. You know, everybody talks about 18-inch radius and 22-inch radius. I don't think I have anything that big anywhere. Even this one here, you know, is not even 18. This is probably 17 at best. But this one here, where the train is, this is 15 inches from that point over to that point, whatever you want to call it, to make up that radius. Maybe 16 at best, but it's really tight. And then it has a bunch of obstacles as well. I mean, comes out of that S curve into that tight curve, and then over here it hits a downhill grade, picks up speed and hits this chicken leg and bounces all over the place. And I was talking to Frank the other day, and he made a point to say, "Yeah, Jesse, you know, I remember, you know, you rushed into things, and maybe you should have thought it through. Maybe you should go back and redo it." And as bad as I didn't want to hear that, I think he's right. Um, so I'm going to throw this out here to you guys. What if, when I come out right here, if I break it right there, or somewhere near there, and come out here on this side of the lake and meet back up over here and taper it back in here. And then I could take out all this track where the train is. Take out all that track. I could gain real estate there. Um, by doing that, I would be coming, you know, straight across and would pick up a whole bunch of real estate in this area, which would mean I could build my lake bigger, uh, maybe even expand my lake across the face. You know, it wouldn't be that hard to do. I'd have to add in a piece of plywood or something here, you know, to support it all. But with all the troubles I'm having right now, you know, it's going to take some kind of a rebuild eventually. And I was just wondering if anybody had an opinion. What do you think of that idea? Let me know in the comments. Okay, I think that's it. Oh, yeah, I did want to mention, for those of you that are new and didn't know, I used to do this back in the day. I would make shorts on my kitchen table. I have a little portable track in there, and because this curve here is so tight and has so many terrible track laying techniques, I'm unable to run my steamers, most of my steamers. I'm unable to run any 6-axle diesel. I can't run my passenger cars. I can't run my big, cylindrical hoppers. I can't run my big covered hoppers, my big tankers. All it does is cause me trouble. At best, I can run a 60-footer boxcar, without any issues. But what I do to keep those guys alive and give them a little bit of playtime is set them up on my kitchen table. So what I'm getting at, some of my shorts, if y'all want to see some more of my collection that you don't ever get to see, keep an eye on my tabletop collection. I've made 3 or 4 in the last few days, and I've got several more to do, but I used to just do it, I'd put them on in my spare time and just let them run around a little bit and not film them, but I thought, what the heck, let's film them. So, yeah, be on the lookout for some of that stuff in my shorts. I call it my tabletop. So I got steamers on the tabletop, and I got sixers. Sixers meaning big diesel on the tabletop. I wonder if this guy will creep. Oh, look, shaky hands. He'll stop. Yeah, he goes pretty slow. Pretty quiet. You can hear his wheels. That's all I want to hear is the wheels. All right, that'll do it, guys. I will, oh, yeah, by the way, yeah, the shorts. Go back to the shorts. Yeah, check those out if you want to see some of the stuff, I have that I don't ever show. And it's not because I don't want to show it. I love that stuff, but I can't. I can't count on it to run a lap, much less 3 or 4. So I run those on my tabletop, and if y'all want to see them, check them out. Good stuff. I think that's going to do it. I know there's something else I wanted to say, but I can't remember what it was. So I guess that'll be for another video. I hope you all are having a good day. Mondays are, yeah, you know what I mean. But it's been a good day for Jesse. So got my mail, got that business all squared away, and it runs good. So Jesse's a happy camper. Dutch, get back to me on the little car. Frank, you still haven't picked out a car. I guess if you're happy with that GT, then I'm happy too. So whatever makes you happy. That's going to do it, folks. Give me your opinion on my thoughts on my lake expansion. I think I can eliminate all my issues that I have all in one shot just by cutting it across here. Of course, I'm not going to be able to reach anything. I mean, when I'm up in this corner, I can't reach, I can't reach at that back there. I designed this layout to be able to pull it away from the table, pull it away from the wall, which I can. I mean, I can pull it out and I can get behind it and work on it. But if I add this triangle thing in here, then I'm going to be like way back here, where now I can get all the way into here. So it'll cause me a little more grief as far as maintenance on the track and cleaning and decorating and stuff, but it may be worth it in the end. So let me know what you think. Guys, it's been fun talking to you as always. I don't know that you learned anything about the difference in the Bachmans. And like I say, I don't represent Bachman. I just like them. I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all have a great week. And I will talk to you down the track.